What's up to all of my Virgos out there, and welcome back to Pulse of the Cosmos. Today we are going to be talking about this upcoming full moon lunar eclipse happening in Capricorn. And this is happening on Saturday, July 4th, Sunday, July 5th, depending on where you are in the world. But this is a big eclipse. This is the third and final eclipse of our eclipse season, and it's happening in Capricorn, which is an area that's been under some heavy activity over the past few years. And really this eclipse is going to kind of, involve some completion energy of a lot of tests that we have been through over the past few years. And we're looking back to the end of 2017. We're looking back to December 19th of 2017 when Saturn moved into his home dignified sign of Capricorn. And through this period, up until this point, now that Saturn has retrograded back out of Aquarius and into Capricorn for this eclipse, where there will also be our retrograde Pluto and our retrograde Jupiter, we're going through this review of all these challenges that we've been through and some of these blockages that we've had to work through, and these tests and these transformations and these destructions even in this area of our life. And for you, my Virgos, this has been happening in your fifth house, and this is your fifth house of love. This is your fifth house of creativity, of romance, of pleasure. So I think for a lot of my Virgos out there, it's been a really difficult few years in the area of finding even self-love and finding even appreciation for your own forms of self-expression. Though I also think this is an area that a lot of my Virgos have been working really hard to heal in their life, been working really hard to feed those creative parts of themselves. Maybe you've gone through some major creative blocks that have led you into kind of a creative hobby, kind of a side hobby, as I've mentioned in some of my past videos for Virgos, that has ignited some kind of passion in you. And this could very well be kind of the culmination of some of that effort and some of that work, and seeing the manifestation of where you've been feeding some of this creative energy and where you've been just really expressing yourself in the fullest. And coming to this sense of understanding, especially within the next 6 months, kind of in the eclipse energy coming after this, that you are worth being experienced in your entirety, my Virgos. You are worth being experienced in your whole. And we are just following this solar eclipse that we had in your 11th house. And so the sun is still up there in your 11th house of Cancer. And this is kind of bringing everything together, putting you around people that understand the way that you self-express, that value what you bring to the table, that value your level of creativity, and just really kind of maybe even shifting you into a new gear of life. Lunar eclipses bring change. They bring major change into our lives. And this change is, like I said, going to be a completion of sorts, and looking back at kind of the work you've put into this area of your life for the past few years. So intense energy surrounding this eclipse. We'll see kind of the manifestations of this play out, like I said, within the 6 months energy of the eclipse. And it's definitely for you guys, my Virgos. I see where my Virgos have been taking steps of alignment and really looking to kind of transform the way that they self-express in a way that's more authentic to who they are, and really trying to align themselves with kind of what feeds your soul and what makes you feel comfortable in the long run. I think this is going to be some amazing changes for you throughout this eclipse energy. So let's see here. I'm going to poke into the cards for you guys and see what's going on here. And take the opportunity in front of you, my Virgos. We are, Jupiter's at fall position in Capricorn, and he's, conjuncting with Pluto. And it can seem, slim. It can seem like there's a lot of fear surrounding some of the decisions we have to make, some of the choices we might have to make about shifting ourselves into a place of better alignment. But on the other side of that fear is that kind of, sense of wholeness that I think a lot of us have been seeking. So in any case, let me go ahead and pull from these cards. All right. So the first card we pulled is the Queen of Cups. So yeah, look at what the Queen of Cups has done. She's taken her experiences, she's taken her pain, she's taken whatever she's been through in her life, and she's transmuted that into something beautiful. You know, she's one of the only characters in the suit to have made the cup into something more beautiful than it originally was. She's transmuted that emotion, she's transmuted that love, she's transmuted all of that energy within her into some kind of creative project. So this very well could be some kind of, like I've mentioned before, like one of these side hobbies that you've really gotten into, that you're maybe even thinking about taking a career path with. It could be for some of you guys, but definitely channeling a lot of this, even just pain, into creativity and just taking your experience and making something out of it. So let's see what the challenge is for some of us. The challenge is in the Six of Swords. So the challenge for us is in moving on, maybe into some of these safer waters. We're kind of stuck in these rough waters because we haven't made the decision to get on this boat yet. Getting on this boat always kind of requires a decision that you want to leave this kind of rocky stuff behind. And where I know a lot of my Virgos have probably had a lot of trials and tribulations in the love and romance department. This is the 5th house of love and romance as well, and there might be kind of a moving away from that aspect of your life. It seems like a little bit of a somber journey for some of you, and you're having to make the decision to kind of get on the boat and move into safer waters. And it could also be making a decision to kind of shift your perspective and shift your way of thinking. Swords are a suit of air, they deal with thought, so this could very much so be you needing to have some kind of a perspective change to kind of move you into some of these safer waters, to kind of open up this flow of all that creativity where we might have been feeling blocked even a little bit lately. But okay, next we pulled the 8 of Wands. So yeah, this is a lot of energy. This is a lot of activity rushing in for you guys. And I think this could be a lot of that creativity kind of bubbling up within you and just kind of ready to kind of surge out. We do have Mars and Aries now, who is full of action, who kind of wants to get going on a lot of these things. And so I think there's a lot to be said for you guys about kind of coming into this space where you're going to have kind of that energy and you're going to have that kind of vitality, and kind of the creativity is coming to flow, and the projects are starting to align, and the passions are starting to align. There's some things that are coming on the other side of a lot of these shifts and changes you've been making in your life to kind of heal and align, that are going to kind of really impel you to grow in a really awesome direction. But in any case, I love you guys all, my Virgos, so much. I hope you're doing well out there, and I will be back next week.